So I had ADHD from the beginning. I was a child, so I was chasing girls, and girls don't like me. This is the end. But it's not. And then I just deleted all of the games. I deleted everything that I have on my phone. I was the guy go into place with lots of crowd, lots of people, and fight them in the millisecond with nothing, with no superpowers. Because welcome, guys. I'm Andrew Stark, and today we're gonna talk about everything you know about addictions is a lie. This is one of my best and favorite topic. I did a mastermind. I did a presentation lecture a couple of weeks ago for people here in this campus, and people said this is amazing because I was in the search. I was working with the clients all around the globe. I was searching the information. I had like ADHD. I had severe gaming addiction, sugar addiction, etc. So this is why it's like super personal for me, and I'd like to open about this from scientific standpoint, from my personal experience from my clients. So let's go. I didn't understand. Like one simple thought always stay with me. Like people spend years stuck in the same position. So smoking, drinking, and they can break free. I've seen it again and again and again. And I mean, they try, they promise themselves, they fight, but they sleep over and over. They know it's hurting them. They know it's killing them. But I mean, they just can't stop. It's always on their mind. It drains their energy. And I've seen that tons of times. And I thought maybe there's a life hack. And they finally try to quit. It breaks them, not just mentally, but physically. So basically, me and my brother, we were watching One Piece 10 years ago. And after that, I stopped to do that. And I just came back. It was 1,000 plus series. And like, it's really long. And I asked my brother, what changed after that? And he said, certain characters, they have superpowers. They're like captains on their ships, and they have like one specific goal. It's just to find a treasure, like one piece. But certain captains, they didn't have like a superpowers. They didn't eat like fruits, fruits like fruits of power or devil fruits. I don't remember. Those fruits give you the superpower. And some of the like characters, they didn't have anything from that. And I just asked my brother, how's it working when they like the guy go into place with lots of crowd, lots of people, and fight them in the millisecond with nothing, with no superpowers? Because he said he was training, or he did certain things for his spirit or for something else, and or maybe genetically, maybe he born with that. But then he just release the king's will. A king's will give you the ability to be like in a superpower mode or something. So this is why I thought, oh, maybe king's will is like a superpower for real life as well. You know how to discipline yourself, how to cut all the addictions, distractions, how to focus. So this is why another concept is impulse control. So for example, in our life, we have like two scenarios, right? We have the first scenario and another one. So we have like basically two paths. I don't know, this marker is not working. This is not working. Maybe another one will work. So in this path and in this path. So here we have a situation when we are on a diet. So for example, we are on a diet and we'd like to cut our calories. We'd like to have a better body fat percentage. So in this case, when you go to a certain place or to go home and people give you cravings, I don't know, cakes, sugary stuff, sodas, etc. And you need to control yourself because this will impact your body today. And obviously you just go off from your diet. So this is not the best decision sometimes. So this is why you need to control yourself in this situation. Or for example, you have a girlfriend, because I had this situation in my life. So one girl just chased me like crazy, or two girls just chased me like crazy. And sometimes you'd like to say yes, go on a date or something like that, but they like to have a relationship with you. Second path is this is like a path of least resistance. What is least resistance? When you do all the dopamine cravings. So for example, you just doom scroll, watching Netflix, or you just eating BS. If you go with the path of least resistance, it means you will say yes to everything that distracts you and harm you or give you not the best feelings after all. And the second step is, for example, when you need to work out, when you need to shoot a video, when you need to talk to the right person, when you need to take a risk when you need to go to bed at 11 p.m. So this is my path from weakness to my new version. So I had ADHD from the beginning. I was a child, and I always procrastinate. I always like did the main task, like those tasks will be the last. So I didn't like go and do the main tasks. I just did everything else than the main task. I don't think I was disciplined enough. I think I like to watch television. I used to watch television. I used to watch like some shit on the internet, or maybe on television or something else. So like I was chasing dopamine hits. Basically, I was chasing dopamine hits in everything, like food, like television, people, etc. So I wasn't focused, disciplined, or understood like what I'm gonna do with my life. So before that, I didn't find any pictures. I was fat. I was basically when I was 13, 12, I was fat. I was bullied at school. Lots of people just say you're in a bad shape, and basically I was like a loser, from the perspective like my look, my beauty, and etc. So I was chasing girls, and girls don't like me. This is like super typical. But at the same time, sugar addiction. Yeah, I mean, not that like severe and huge sugar addiction. I was eating like chips. I was eating like candies. I was eating like chocolate. I was eating like cakes and bakery from my mom. That my mom like cooking me, and I didn't know it's like bad for my teeth, for my stomach or something else. So this is why I changed my whole like personality in a moment when something like clicked in my brain. And at 16, 17, so you see those pictures. First picture when I was 18. I'm 23, by the way. And another picture like here. I'm like I think 20. Also 18. So all of these pictures like at 18. So I started to do sports when I was like 13 years of age. So by the way, gaming addiction. Gaming addiction was the worst, because every single day after school I just go and play games. Sometimes after like on weekends I played for 6-8 hours. So I was like weak, and then I just deleted all of the games. I deleted everything that I have on my phone. I was crying. I was depressed when I was 14, 15, because I thought, what am I gonna do without that? I was living in the village. I'm from the mountains, from like Carpathian mountains, and I thought my life is this is the end. But it's not. I mean, it's just games. Next one. What about like, this isn't about your willpower or weakness. It's not about like your weakness, your willpower. This is all about like all addictions affect dopamine release in a special part of the brain, the nucleus accumbens, or I don't know how to say. This brain region controls the reward system. It gives us the feeling of pleasure. It's this system that makes us repeat certain actions because the brain wants more. Just the brain wants basically more. And yeah, the reward system is very important to our survival. So it motivates us to do helpful thing to feel pleasure. But addictions hijack the system. It means constantly overstimulating it. So because of this, the body gets used to it, and to overload, and gradually addiction develop. This is my favorite experiment with rats. So they took a rat, put in the cage, and give a choice for the rat. So there is a bottle with water, and there is a bottle with or something like that. Just quickly realized that rat only consumes water with drugs and die after it. Like we humans. Just the rat quickly started harming itself, drinking only the poison, and died within like a short period of time. So, but one professor, Alexander, wondered, what if the cage is just empty? There is nothing, like no entertainment in the cage. Like basically no friends, no entertainment. Same in life. So for example, when I was small, I had a gaming addiction, or I have like a screen or a television addiction. I basically had a little bit of friends, and my life was not like entertaining, because I was seeking for emotions. I was seeking for a dopamine. This is why how our brain works. If we have no alternatives, if our cage like empty except addiction, we'll be addicted. That's for sure. After that, he created a rat park. Rat park, it means a paradise, large cage with tunnels, balls, cheese, and friends. And they gave the rats 2 bottles again, one with water and another one with the drugs. And the result, the rats barely touched the drugs because no one abused them. No overdoses, you know. They lived full lives. Why? Why? I'll give you the answer. Because it turned out the risk of overdose drops from like 100% in an empty cage to almost 0% in a paradise park. You can ask why. I mean, this is like obvious because if you have nothing inside of your cage. So for example, if I would like to be a disciplined person, if I would like to have an impulse control, if I would like to be aware of my action, what I'm doing during the day, if I'll go to Bali, for example, and I will be a guy who owns like an agency, agency with OnlyFans agency with girls, and like 20, 30 girls will be in my room, and I will have a sex every single day. And when I go to a refrigerator, I only see processed foods, alcohol everywhere. How can I escape from this rat race and not be addicted in the place in which we have like millions of addictions or millions of objects to be addicted, When we will change the environment, right now I'm living like that. So in my house, I have no television, I have no phone, I have no computer, no nothing. My laptop is here, my computer is here in the office. My phone I touch my phone only when I need to work. And I just have bad, super simple, super stoic, but this is working because you won't be distracted and you won't be addicted because there is no addiction. A similar experiment was conducted with people during the Vietnam War. So about 20% of American soldiers were using large doses but after they returned, after that, they didn't have any addiction. Most simply quit the habit. 95% of them just simply stopped. And they quit using drugs, and none of them even went to rehab. They didn't even do like a therapy or something like that. Why? Because the cage was not full of addictions, full of like objects to be addicted. The cage was different. Basically, humans have a natural need to form connections. So another alternative to all the distractions and addictions is just when we are healthy and happy, we bond with each other. But if we are like hurt, traumatized, and we have like many things in our life that just impact how we feel or look like, we seek other connections that provide some relief. So we'd like to connect to something else. So if we are living in isolation is really bad for psyche or something like that. Because if we're not connected to people, if we are not connected to nature, we'll be connected, for example, for virtual reality or internet or something like that, and we will live in that reality. But we will forget about like physical world. To beat any addictions, you need just to find alternatives. So for example, with my gaming situation, I found an alternative. It was like workout. It was sport, any sport. It was football, it was basketball. It was like kickboxing. It was like a gym, etc. So for example, with cravings like sugar addiction, you just go for a diet. There'll be like, so for example, my diet right now is just I like it. I really like it. So I don't like to be addicted again to all the sugary stuff. Same with anything. You can find hundreds of alternatives to any addiction. Like for example, alcohol. You can do public speeches. You can volunteer. You can do something fun, and you won't be addicted. And I noticed, so for example, right now, me and other people, they just we just go to like virtual reality. We escaping from reality. It's a form of escapism. So running away from the problem. So if you're not facing the problem that you have in your life, so for example, if I have a problem with my knee, or if I have a problem with my back, and I will go and scroll, I will go and watch stories, Instagram, finding answers here and there on the internet. Yeah, maybe it'll be helpful, but I'm escaping from the action. And the most important thing is just, for example, in my case, I just found mentors. If I have a problem with my health, I will go to doctor, and doctor will tell me something. I can search the information, and then I need to implement the information to build a habit, to just not escape from my position and escape from my problem. I need to build a system. I need to build something that will help me to prevent the problem, or to to break free from this problem. not to escape, but right now I'm just go against the problem and try to figure it out, try to find an answer, like break down the thing into like a smaller chunks to find an answer. So yeah, but running away won't solve it. The only way is to look it straight in the eye. In this world of noise, yeah, we see like Telegram messages, we see Instagram messages, we see a lot of like news, a lot of information is just endless. What I did right now, I'm chasing for something new. In my case, it's like calm, peace. So I wake up with no phone in the first like couple of hours, and when I go to bed, before bed, I go with no phone. I'm not checking news. I'm not checking stories. I have only one following in my Instagram right now. It's not like, yeah, it's been different. I did different stuff. I was like addicted to all of these things, and I think this is not the best. This is not the best. Crowd is telling you just chase something new. So for example, right now I'm not chasing stimulation. I'm chasing creating. I'm chasing building. I'm chasing peace. Be in peace, like meditate. I'm working on something, on some products. I like to have only one source of or a couple of sources of information, and when I will implement all of those, I will try to find something new. It's not like hijack myself every single day with tons of information because I didn't process even it. That's impossible to process all of that. I said you can't be truly addicted if you put yourself first. This is really important because after our lecture, one woman just tell me, to go against all the addictions and not to be addicted, for example, for people or everything else. If you need to love yourself, value yourself, respect yourself. Why? I just built Iron Club. What is like Iron Club? Iron Club, we are fighting addictions, demons, build discipline, and strengthen like our mind, body, and etc. So I really love this project, and if you watch my YouTube, if you're watching my YouTube, you must see some like experiments, some like challenges I'm doing right now. You can join the link below. It's free. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching. You can follow my Instagram. I'm uploading every single day. And if you like the topic, if you like the presentation, my voice is like really bad right now. I mean, I was screaming kind of in the first part of the video. I love you guys. Thanks.